In the okay, he's doing a quick scout here in the upper left. We have
Wongjin Stars SOS.
Probably gonna go for like a gas steal.
Yeah, that's my guess here for sure. It could be like a... Well, the thing is, this is not a map for Cannon Rush, so...
In the bottom right, his ID is...
So Trap.
Unless he thinks he's playing a dumb Zerg. So yeah, this should be just a double gas steal. Trap will probably grab that other gas immediately. Yeah. You know, if he actually... timed that, like, if that was like 1 second slower that he took that gas, the gate would have started, and there's a possibility Trap would have screwed up and not taken his gas in time. He almost had that. Well, the thing is, he did have that time perfectly. Trap was like a millisecond late on making his gate. Hard to say. Hard to say what would have happened. But anyways, the single offensive gas, we've seen this before already today.
Yes. When you do stuff like this, something actually super common in StarCraft 1, by the way. And actually, it was just so good against Terran.
One of the most imbalanced things ever.
It was so good against Terran.
Yeah, it was, you had to have such finesse to hold.
Terran could recover, but it was basically like the Protoss has like 8 different options from there on how to win. Like it's crazy.
It was so powerful against Terran in StarCraft 1. I had 3 different builds that I rotated through against it when it happened to me.
Yeah.
Because you had to be really creative.
When you get good enough, I mean, if the gas gets taken, you can still win fine, but it's just like the nuisance of it is that it interrupts the Terran's build that he initially intended to do. The same with this build here is that the Trap probably is going to have to do a build that he didn't get to practice as much.
That's true. SOS, on the other hand, you can tell he's practiced like infinity gas steal builds because he just keeps doing it. He can't help himself. He's addicted. Well, we have a lot of Chrono Boost right now. And he's going to Chrono a Stock Route at first, and that makes a lot of sense. Will he spend any on
get rid of that probe?
Like, we could see him do a 3-gate. I mean, I guess theoretically a 4-gate is possible. No one really does that anymore. 4-gate's going to kill him. 3-gate is too. And, okay, a really quick Twilight.
Just out of vision of that gas there, of SOS's.
Yeah, kind of neat that he goes for that. Like, Trap is actually playing against what you might suspect. Like, when you get a single gas stolen, a lot of times you're going to want to go into, like, a quicker robo, something like that. Because when you do gas steal, that's going to make Stalkers more powerful for you. Because you can simply get more. You can do things like grab blink, and your opponent's going to have just less overall. So a robo is oftentimes the kind of the thoughtful choice about it. But the thing is, Trap is being very tricky like this. Last time this happened, he went for a proxy Stargate, which you wouldn't expect either. And SOS doing exactly what he did against this in the same situation. He's going for his own Stargate.
Now, last time Trap, when they got in this situation, Trap handled it very, very well with his control.
He did.
And it was a Phoenix race at the very end.
Yeah. And he got it.
It's kind of funny, Phoenixes versus Phoenixes, because like they're so fast that
once they start engaging,
and they drift a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And kind of and curb in their movement when you tell them to stop. So it's pretty tricky. But hold that thought, actually, because we now have SOS infiltrating basically the base right here of his opponent, actually shooting down a lot of probes.
Well, I think we're going to see a nice warp out there, and he saw the tech as well. So he killed 5 probes there. That was pretty effective, I would say. But he sees that Trap is actually pretty smart, because Trap knows what SOS did last time. He's kind of gone ahead and countered it somewhat blindly with getting the quick blink, which is also very tricky. But he's getting a Robo because he doesn't know for certain what build this is. Robo not going to be that useful. Not really useful at all, in fact.
And we have what would be proxy pylon now denied. That excuse me, the Oracle now headed southbound right now. Going to try to curb around the corner of the map. There are stalkers there to spot, or a stalker, I should say, but it looks like 2 passing ships in the night here.
Well, you know,
We also have Trap with his own proxy pylons now coming up.
This is pretty cool because he's going to put on a ton of pressure with these Stalkers. But we have Immortal Void Ray coming out. Now, from this, SOS might end up all-inning, but first let's take a look at this Oracle. It's coming in, and that is a really quick Nexus Cannon. And the Oracle will go down. Was that 4 kills? I believe that was 4 kills. No, that was 3 kills.
3 kills, yep. Second Immortal will come out now.
And, okay.
Clearly that was just a scout.
Wow, huge amount of information that he gathered. Really nice. And when your opponent's making Void Rays, you have to be careful. You don't even really want to do the Force Field Contain, because if you do and they just kept on making Void Rays, sometimes you're going to lose a lot of units. Can be difficult.
Okay, so far pretty good control here by the Stalkers. Just blinking the weaker ones away here. Oh, actually, but he has the reinforcing Stalkers coming here from the side. Now chasing him back here. He may have to go back up the ramp. Every hit counts right now. This is why this is such a delicate matchup.
That is a lot of
control
Stalkers.
and combined with unit composition.
You know, as that Nexus finishes, that's going to help out a lot here.
Yeah,
this
Nexus
is
going to act like a turret.
Trap
basically.
is kind of all in right now. Like, he has to kill the Nexus no matter what.
4 Stalkers going in the main now.
Ooh, very nice move. Does force that Nexus Cannon, so that's not going to be able to go out the natural.
He got what he wanted, and he's giving that blink out to get out. Oh, he's just going to try to attack from 2 sides.
Very smart moves going on. The thing is, he should just leave those Stalkers in the main. The Nexus Cannon will handle them for now, at least. All right, so he does force them out. Again,
and another sentry here. Now, he might try force fielding the ramp.
I think what he'll do is force
Guardian
field units
Shield.
out so that... well, actually needs like another sentry.
Yeah, I was going to say, he can't just use that one sentry. He just makes a force field in the middle of the
One
army.
sentry does nothing. Okay, there you go. He is getting another sentry. He has to kill the Nexus. If the Nexus lives, then Trap is dead. You can't come back from that.
All right, another pylon coming in here. He wants to be able to warp in Zealots just right there on top of this battle.
All right, and... Okay, well, he'll start killing off a lot of Zealots here. He has really great surface area. Just keeping those Stalkers out of the range of the Immortals. That's a really important part. Gonna go after this Nexus now. He's got it pretty low. He's got to be so careful, though.
Yeah, he's got to be so careful. Activating that Void Ray.
You know, we're going to have a 4th Immortal coming down the ramp in a second here. That is just brutal against these Stalkers. Eventually he's going to be able to just sit in front of the Nexus.
Yeah.
4 Immortals and a Void Ray. God, those Stalkers would just be shredded. He needs to be warping more and more Zealots. He is, but it's not a very big number. Has 3 sentries. Not a lot of force fields. Only a couple going down.
Not bad force fields here, though. 2 Immortals in the back can't really even be used.
And he's going to end up getting the Nexus, so that's nice.
Okay, this is all about just like blinking away absolutely perfectly.
Well, 2 Immortals in the back not firing for this entire time, actually. Now they're hitting a Zealot, and it looks like Trap is going to end up going 4-0 today against SOS. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Oh, my God.
Well, that Nexus never actually died.
Oh, my God. I was like, okay, that's dead. Yeah, he actually only needed 3 more Stalker shots to kill it.
I don't think it would hurt him to run up there
never
and
mind.
shoot it and blink and run away.
I was actually staring so heavily at the
low.
units.
It's so low he should just actually kill it and retreat it.
Well, he has to go kill it.
He has to. But he keeps engaging these Stalkers. Like there's no need.
And the thing is, it's gaining
shields every
so
second.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He actually was 3 Stalker shots from killing it. 3, and then the Nexus Cannon that whole time.
And for every second that's up, that's more and more money. Okay, he's gonna go. What? All right. Well, now the Nexus Cannon's gone again, so he can just engage normally here.
And he's doing a good job. He's actually killing off quite a bit. He needs to actually kill that Immortal right off immediately. And ooh, nice.
And he gets it.
Nice micro on both sides here.
Now the next Immortal's going to come out here, but there's a small window of time. Oh wow, this is like so intense.
Well,
that's so funny. Down. For some reason, in my mind, when I saw how low it was, I decided the Nexus wasn't there.
Yeah, I did too.
And it was actually
we actually both.
It was actually on the screen too. Like it's.
Well,
I'm like, well, that clearly is just going to die. Some random Stalker shot is just going to end up killing that.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what should have occurred. It's actually really weird. I'm sure Trap is actually a bit miffed. He's like, what? Are you actually gathering this extra energy and soon you're going to have another Nexus Cannon and I'm going to be dead?
All right, he's got another sentry out here now.
God, if he had actually killed the Nexus, he would have had more Stalkers right now. He would have been able to continue to push
Well, you know what's
forward.
funny about it is that moment where he blunked onto the Immortals, because he's like, I got this.
God, that's so painful, because he got rid of every Immortal, and then it's Blink Stalker against Gateway units, and it's like a free win, and now there's another Nexus cannon, a third Immortal's going to be out, and this is a hold. That's...
Trap basically
Wow,
loses.
now that's over in SOS's favor.
Well, he's going to try to blink in the main now.
It's a smart move.
Probably now remembering, like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Because he has no options. He can't make a Nexus. He can't go DTs. He can't do anything here. He just has to keep on staying the course. Has to keep making Blink Stalkers. He's stuck.
And now retreating. Whoa, nice warp in there.
Well, he's going to have to attack with his other Stalkers while this many units are in the back, I would say.
He needs to attack, like, now.
He's not going to, though. I feel like this is not well coordinated, this little piece right here. See, that's such a strong army anyways.
Okay, so we'll go to game number 3 after this, it looks
That's
like.
some great force fields. He's actually going to kill off these Zealots, but
There's too many Immortals.
there's too many Immortals.
Man, we've had some crazy games today.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
unusual games. That,
Oh, so many.
yeah.
I guess, when you have SOS playing, that definitely can occur.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not only stopped the attack, he's driven it all the way back, or headed back home. And, basically, guys, Trap was focused on just getting this timing in there to win the game. SOS wanted to have a normal PvP. So it boils down to one guy trying to get a base up while the other guy, if you can just deny that base from getting up, he wins. And in this case, the player that wanted to play more standard had the defense that was better. It had the few Stalker shots been fired that hit the Nexus and destroyed it, we would have a very different game right now.
That's so true, Tasteless. The whole game would look very much different. At this point, though, Trap knows that he's dead.
GG.
Yeah. He started Dark Shrine, then GG. He's like, well, that's not going to work. Why would that work? Why would going Dark Shrine from here ever work? It wouldn't. Ever. Never. Keen had a better chance of winning that game with the Banshees than Trap had there.
All right, the final game here. I actually think Trap could still win.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
should
could.
have probably won that last game, but I guess he just didn't quite target down the Nexus.
He was going to have a pretty reasonable lead, I would say. Just the complete mobility advantage and killing the Nexus off, and the fact that he got all the Immortals was like, oh, nice, you can actually just make a Nexus from here and pick stuff off nonstop. But we'll see. Whirlwind is the next map. 4-player map. Probably no proxies this game. Maybe
Probably
like a proxy
not.
Stargate, but like that's not the same as what I'm talking about.
Well, Trap is the guy with, I feel like, the better builds and the better execution, but I don't know. I mean, SOS won that last game. He could win in this one, too.
Definitely could happen. We'll have to see how the initial build orders go, because so far I feel like Trap has been getting the better end of build orders overall. He's been reading things very, very well.
Well, PvP is so much about planning and reading your opponent ahead of time. That's why, with Kodas, we've talked about this earlier on the show, but this is what makes this tournament the best in the whole world, is that the players have a long time to prepare. And that's really cool for PvP, because that means they get to research their opponent and prepare builds on specific maps and to try to essentially hard counter their opponent's possible builds. So it's a bit of a poker game. And so far with Trap, he's done that successfully.
He has, and he's done it in like very interesting ways. The way he's going about it, like proxy Stargate after getting offensive gassed. It's an interesting way to go about it, And for instance, that game, he took what happened in the previous game and just went blank. He's like, well, you're probably going to go Stargate off this, which is a solid plan from SOS. So, Trap he's getting the upper hand overall.
He is. And on this map, we're going to see what he has as planned for us. But so far, I know that SOS won that last game, but Had the Stalkers actually targeted it down, it would have been a little bit of it would have been a much bigger story. Different story, excuse me. All right, the final game for today. Let's hope it's really sick. SOS against Trap.